It's Luke and Naomi.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and a good late night if you're doing the late night thing.
Yeah,
That's
why
cool
not?
too. Completely
Yeah.
acceptable. Happy episode 38.
38. All right.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pushing 40. I'm not going to do the same joke. But anyway, 38 happy. Very cool. Thank you for coming around for 38 episodes if you've done them all. And if you have, we got to do t-shirts or something.
Oh, yeah.
For
Maybe after we hit like 50. Like
Yeah.
if you've listened to all 50 episodes, you should get something.
We could probably
You definitely should get a reward for that because that's a lot of time.
we could probably afford a t-shirt.
T-shirt. You guys all have to fight over it.
That's
you
right.
know.
Just one. So the first person to get to 50 listens, I don't know how to even figure that out.
I just figured you guys work it out amongst each other, and it's, like you can have the t-shirt this weekend, you can have it this week because you're going on vacation. You guys can all figure it out.
Isn't there a movie about that? The traveling pants?
I don't know if that's what that's about.
That's what I would guess. So I don't care if it's not.
gosh.
I'm pretending that it is, and we're going to call it the listenerhood of the traveling t-shirt.
That's beautiful.
It's also kind of gross.
It could get gross, absolutely. Plus, what size do we get just so everybody's happy? It's got to be like a 2X just so everybody can wear it.
That's right. That's right. The smallest, tiniest people just,
Drowned in it. It's
yeah,
okay.
That's
It's cool.
It's a dress.
Yeah.
Just do the knot thing.
Yeah, but don't tie it too tight so the next people can't get the knot out and then they're stuck. Just
Does that happen?
Squished in there. It can. You tie the little knot thing, you throw it in the wash and forget about it, and then it's like, yeah, this is stuck like this forever.
Yeah, that's this kind of t-shirt now.
Yeah.
It's a extra small. So anyway, I don't even know where to go from there. When we get to 50, maybe we'll just let us know, and then we'll give you all a shout out.
That's right. You get a special shout out.
All
That's
three
the
of
best
you.
we can do. Sorry, guys.
All three. My mom, my stepdad, and my
And
dad.
Brando.
And Brando. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, my mom thinks I'm cool.
Yeah.
So we had a fun week. We checked out a new place and then a favorite place. A new restaurant opened downtown that I actually got to check out with work and stuff like that. So we got a little sneak preview of Beat Street. And
That's right.
it's like the idea behind it is like it's a food truck, but it's not a truck. It's just this little Quonset hut thing. What do they call it? A shipping container sort of.
Well, that's what makes
Sculpture.
it cool, because it's like shipping containers.
Yeah, very cool. So that's around the corner from one of our favorite places in Wilmington, in the world, honestly. Fermental, bottle shop we go to.
Oh, my
is
gosh, yeah.
fantastic. They've got all the beer, of
Man,
course.
they got to like us by now, because we spend
pretty.
We spend a fortune there, and we don't even mean to. We go, we have a drink, but then while you're enjoying your drink, you can shop for beers. So then it's like, ooh, this one sounds good. Ooh, this one looks awesome.
It's the perfect racket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They nail it.
And then all of a sudden my bill is like $150. I'm like, well, this beer does look interesting, so it'll be fine.
That's right. It is a really cool place. The atmosphere is awesome.
Oh,
The
yeah, we
vibe is
love it
great.
there.
They just moved, but they just celebrated their 10th anniversary.
Which was
So
awesome.
We did that with some friends on Saturday. Had a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it was a great time.
Totally. So that's, not much other than that going on this week.
I did find out that going out twice or 3 times in 1 week
Yeah,
is
we
too
did.
much. I am not 21 anymore. Even just having like 2 or 3 beers and like sipping on them and being a responsible adult. Oh gosh, no. No, I was worn out by the time the weekend hit.
It absolutely does not work anymore.
No, it's not fair.
Still going to keep experimenting, though, I
Yeah,
suppose. We'll see if it works this time.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
every time that we do that, we're going to be like, nah, it's cool. We got this.
But I didn't eat anything this time.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Oh, don't do that again.
That's right.
So that's how that'll go, for sure. So that was a lot of fun, 10th anniversary at Fermental, and then checking out the new restaurant around the corner. Mm-hmm. So that's basically it for the
That's
week.
it,
We're
yeah.
going to jump right into some random facts here, and then I got some stuff that just drove me nuts last week, so I wanted, or maybe it was yesterday, doesn't matter. Drove me nuts, so I wanted to tell you about it because
Okay.
misery loves company. But anyway, random facts, your weekly dose of Did You Know? Here we go. Did you know an advertising executive named Cliff Freeman came up with Little Caesars Pizza slogan
Okay.
and Wendy's Where's the Beef slogan
Nice.
that was popular, I think, in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hopefully
there
you
you
got
go.
a little bit of a cut for coming up with those good ideas.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Couple of pretty good ones there.
Not only that, but you know the bragging rights. Hey, you know the Little Caesars guy, the pizza? Yeah, that's me.
I didn't even have to say it.
Yeah.
I just looked at him, wrote down pizza twice. Boom.
We called it a day.
Millions.
Yeah.
Did you know when the first Gap store opened in San Francisco in 1969, it only sold 2 things? Any guesses at all? Gap?
Shirts and T-shirts.
It was a really good guess.
Yeah.
Not even close. All right, somewhat close. They sold Levi's
Okay.
and records.
Did I say shirts and T-shirts?
You did.
I meant jeans and T-shirts.
Oh, okay. So then very close.
Yeah.
In your mind.
Gosh, that was kind of weird. And then it took me, like 30 seconds to realize that I said that? Okay, yeah.
I thought maybe you meant, long sleeves and short sleeves or something.
Yeah, either way.
I was just going to let it go.
I
Slash
would
didn't
have.
notice. All right. Well, did you know roughly 20% of American adults have 0 or limited credit history?
Not surprised.
Not surprised at all.
No.
Did you know George Washington did not wear a wig? He was actually balding on top, curly on the sides, and had a ponytail. Basically, that hairdo, 100% pure Washington.
All right.
He used powder to make his hair look white like a wig, too, because, it was the style at the time.
Yeah. Huh.
And his teeth weren't wooden.
That I've heard.
I just want to throw that in there because I know
Yeah.
we've all heard that probably by now at this time. For some reason, that became a thing that everybody had to know 2 years ago or something like that. Finally, did you know linguists have determined that the 5 oldest words in English? Any guesses?
Something about hungry. I feel like that should be on there.
No. It's going to
help?
disappoint you.
Help's got to be on there, Fire,
Really
maybe?
good guesses.
Yeah.
Really
That's all
good
I
guesses.
got. Yeah.
The 5 oldest words in English. Who, 2, the number 2, the number 3, I, and 5.
But not 1. Okay.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Well, I is 1.
I guess.
2, 3, fire bad.
Help,
Help, that's a really good
Help
one.
and hungry, I feel like should have been the first words all together anywhere, That's so important. And you can put them together. Help, hungry.
So I want to just say that perfectly sums you up, but I know that sounds like an insult because you don't understand the context of my ridiculous mind. Naomi and I, because The Last of Us is going on HBO right now, and that's like a survival zombie apocalypse movie, but we get to talking about zombie apocalypse stuff, I mean, far too often.
It comes up more than I'd like to admit, yes.
More than I'd like to admit, I think. And when we get talking about it, I'm waiting for Naomi to be like, no, I think I could, hold my own for a little bit. And she's just always like, no, I'm done. I'm just giving up.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
not
just
having it.
jumping into the zombies, like...
So, help and
Not
hungry.
running.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
No.
The first words spoken, Naomi, help, hungry.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't find it insulting. That does sum me up right there.
I hungry. 3 times.
1.
5 times.
Oh, no, it was I. Never mind. I take that back. All right, moving on.
That is your weekly dose of Did You Know? Some
That's all
random
we
facts.
got? Yeah.
That was 5, yeah.
Okay.
See, 5, one of the
5,
oldest.
yeah.
We didn't say 1, though.
No.
Said 2.
I.
All right. Let's see here. This one's crazy. Okay, this come up on my what's called show prep. If you don't know, have you seen this? You're smiling at it.
I just peeked at the picture that you have over there on the computer.
Have you seen it?
I have.
And I don't.
So no, explain it.
I don't know what to think of this. Okay, so a meteorologist from Arkansas, because that matters. But this is it's a person who was on the TikTok or whatever social media, and started a new old debate. How do you position the divider at the supermarket checkout?
Yeah.
On the conveyor belt, the plastic
Divider.
that you put.
It's a divider. Yes.
How do you position it?
Like a normal person, it goes vertical, not horizontal.
Flip that and reverse it. You put it horizontal, so it goes across the belt. You lay it across the belt.
Yes.
Parallel to the edge of your food, basically. It goes across the belt. So this guy, as she's trying to figure it out,
This is vertical. Yeah.
So the belt's the belt's moving left to right on your television screen. You place the divider across the belt.
Yeah, across the whole thing. Yeah.
Across the width of the belt.
Yes, there you go. That's the best way to explain it.
All right. This is taking way too long. I thought we were going to... Everybody could probably figure it out by now. But this guy is
like
saying...
a normal person. We put it on the checkout like a normal person.
I'm not going to lie. I love this. I really do. This guy is saying don't. Put it vertically. Put it the long way. Don't put it across the belt. Put it with the belt so it travels like almost like an arrow towards the thing. The point of it is because it trips the laser first.
Yeah.
And it gives you a little bit of a buffer zone between you and your food. So even there's always the time when you take the cashier or somebody take the divider away, and still start reaching for more food. But if that thing was there and it tripped, then you could say, "Hey, look, all this." I know that's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
It really is.
And
I can't even convince myself. I really can't.
No, and the whole idea is like, hey, let's start a stupid debate about something that nobody is doing it the other way. Like, I get the idea of like, hey, yeah, this will trip the thing first. It will stop. You've got a little bit of space, whatever. But first of all, you don't need that little bit of space because who cares? And it's your fault if you're going to put your groceries right up onto the divider. Like, that's you being a moron.
So I want to point out, too, that his caption of the pictures he posted on his account, the person from Arkansas, he says... He says, you put it the long way to trip the sensor and keep a distance. But he followed that up by saying, and trying to make fun of people by saying, some of y'all use it as a privacy fence. But you are literally using it to keep a distance. So you can't make fun of other people for, even if you're tongue-in-cheek, being
He's just
goofy.
Wrong.
It really blew my mind the first time I saw it because it's like, yeah, okay, but I want to do it just because I want to see the reaction of somebody behind me.
I would probably change it if somebody in front of me or behind me moved it like that. I would just move it back and be like, we're not doing this.
So the biggest argument is the space that it wastes, too. If you're using a checkout where there's a human being checking you out, first of all, what year is it? What store is it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When is the last time I used a divider?
I think when we lived in New Mexico, because we did our grocery shopping and we didn't do self-checkout there.
That's right. Yeah.
Like the few
so
places.
It's been years.
Yeah. So it's been wow. Okay.
So yeah.
Anyway.
So this debate shouldn't even be happening because
I want to know.
Where are you shopping?
Somebody put it the long way. Snowman will do it. Inevitably, somebody will do it. Put it the long way instead of the normal way, the regular way, the way we're all used to. Put it the long way and see what happens. I want to know the reactions of anybody.
Yeah.
And I kind of get it because it's almost the width of a person. So it gives you that space to stand there and have, somebody not creep their groceries up. But that's just a terrible argument.
But again,
I can't come up with a good argument for it.
Because, you don't need to put your groceries right up onto the divider. If you choose to do that, that's your business and, whatever.
So basically it's taking up the same, oh, man.
It doesn't make a difference.
But this is a thing. Everybody's going nuts on the socials, the internet.
Yeah, because it's some stupid thing to start debating about because, we don't have a dress that we can't tell the color of right now or...
Yeah, that's right.
I
Everybody's
forgot what
trying
was the last one that we just were debating over.
The sound that nobody could figure out as well.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Moving on to everybody's favorite. It's Torment Naomi with AI time.
Come on. I got fired up about which way we place the stupid divider. I don't need to get fired up again. It's fine.
Here we go. Well, maybe this will make you feel better. The CEO of Ford says they're not working on fully autonomous cars anymore. Basically, they've abandoned that for now.
Okay.
So that should make you feel better, right? But they are working on a feature that would let people take naps behind the wheel.
Perfect.
We are
just
talking
what we need.
We are talking full on autopilot, basically.
I don't know. Some of the driving I saw earlier this morning, maybe we should have people taking naps behind the wheel because people are dumb.
I mean, if you have to pull out, if you're taking a right into traffic and you have to get into the, left lane, the farther over lane, you just pull out into the closest lane and then move over. You don't make everybody wait for you while you're sitting perpendicular to traffic waiting for the light to change so that you could fit in finally when you're done, just because you're stupid. Sorry. Back to
Tell
this.
me how you really feel.
So until recently, Ford had been working on fully autonomous cars where you don't have to drive at all, but they've abandoned that for something they're calling eyes off the road features. They know we're all in our phones anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all. Don't try to sit there at all and go, oh, I don't use my phone. No, because inevitably you do at some point when you probably shouldn't be, and you know
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
So basically, they want to make. Look at, I got fired up now. Basically, they want to make
good.
AI so good at driving on highways. So it's just highways, it sounds like, that you wouldn't have to pay attention at all. You could just be on your phone the whole time.
I feel like that would make the most sense, though. If you're going to have driving like that, it's going to be highway driving because there's just too many lights in the city and pedestrians and stop and go traffic and way too much going on that I don't care how smart your car is, it's not that smart.
Yeah, that's
like,
a great point.
It's not going to work out.
And what you're saying is, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I don't have numbers in front of me or anything like that, but what we've heard anecdotally is that's what's been happening. Anytime there are problems with the AI cars, it's because it's the cities and all the distractions and craziness.
And it doesn't know what's going on. And how many times has our car, when it's got that like lane assist or whatever, where it'll actually try to move the car over, it gets confused because we're in like a turn lane and the car next to us goes.
Yeah.
And it all of a sudden starts beeping or whatever, thinks we're crossing a lane or just freaks out. And it's like, no.
Mellow out, car. I know how to drive.
We are not doing this. And I mean, this it's a new car, so it's not like it's old technology or anything like that. So
yeah,
I feel like we're still pretty far away from having cars
drive themselves
without issues or incidents and all that, where you could actually sleep behind the wheel or text or do any of that other stuff.
Well, the sleeping or texting and TikToking the whole ride. Apparently, consumer demand for it is through the roof. If you are awake in 2023, you should realize that, right? Obviously, they'll have to prove it's safe enough before laws would change. That's probably the biggest obstacle is they'd have to change laws to allow people to be sleeping behind the wheel in their car.
Oh, and that's going to take forever.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to change laws.
Just trying to change a law that'll be fun. But I mean, it is Ford, so they got all the money. He said he doesn't think they're very far off from it, but didn't give a timeline either. So, obviously, there's already a few people who shouldn't be doing that in their Teslas that are doing that right now.
Yeah, of course.
We've seen those stories, but also they're recalling Teslas by the handful. So,
yeah, that's another can of worms right there. So,
anyway, yeah. So,
self-driving cars. I should just get on board with everything and realize, get used to with all the robot overlords now and accept my fate.
That's right. Sign up with me. I'll save you a spot.
That's right.
I mean, I have always wanted to be able to just kick back on the highway, play a game of cards, take a nap.
Sure, I would love to do that kind of stuff. But I do not trust that technology, How does it handle, like, when a deer jumps out in front of you? Like,
it just plows through the deer, I imagine.
Yeah, that's going to do some serious damage,
and now I'm going to get crazy here, and Brando's going to love this one. But we need, like, the Star Wars, like, blast shields,
gosh.
Or, like, from Independence Day, the green.
Yes, I know.
And now we're off the rails.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's not going to be a while, but more AI to terrify Naomi. That's becoming a weekly segment without even trying.
I know. Well, because there's so much AI news, and I just... Again, I'm not here for it, but I can't stay stubborn in my own little bubble and all that.
That's right. Just hide in a cave somewhere.
I'm trying, and, it's not working.
Right. All right. We'll get you through it. We'll get you a robot helper before you know it. You'll be all about it.
Again, start small. Roomba.
Well, what I'm hoping for is, the option of something more like R2-D2 or something like that.
As long as it's still small. If it's like 2 feet tall, I'm here for it. That's fine, I think.
You get full human size. That's when it's freaky,
Oh,
right?
we've got a problem.
Human size with arms is a no-go.
No way. Absolutely not.
All right.
Not even human size. Like, even like little kid size is a no-go. Like,
that would just be creepy, like a child-size helper robot.
I would expect it to be like a child making a bigger mess than actually helping.
Freaky. Just thinking. I think I have too many video games and sci-fi in my head for that. That's crazy. Okay. All right. So last week, the homework that we gave everybody, our topic for last week, our Facebook post, we're talking about changing one letter in a movie title to ruin a movie.
I didn't do my homework, by the way.
To the couple of you, just decided to make up your own rules.
Well, that happens.
It's
yeah.
change one letter, not a whole word.
Are you talking about Jen?
I'm talking about a couple of people.
Okay.
Jen, Aaron, there's a couple.
Jen
on
likes to
here.
break the rules.
It's just like, I get it. It's funny. And, but it's not the game.
Well, they don't get an A on their homework.
That's
That's
right.
the only difference.
That's right.
You get like a C plus
I'm
because
incomplete.
you follow what?
It's incomplete.
Yeah.
You still got work to do.
I think it's a C plus. You attempted. You just aren't the best at following directions.
You just can't be the bad guy.
No, I hate being the bad guy. C plus, man.
What did they do when you didn't turn it in? What was it then?
A 0?
A 0. Boom. There you go.
But they did turn in the homework. Oh, you mean for me? Because I didn't do my homework?
No.
Yeah, I got a 0. I'm cool with it.
Because they didn't follow. Anyway, let's go. Let's start with Brian from
I
England.
feel like we have not been on the same page for a lot of this.
It's okay. It makes it even better.
yeah. Okay.
Brian from England will start us off this
Yes.
week, lest I forget his answer. He says, because Naomi reviewed Top Gun last week, how about Top Gum, about a maverick dentist?
I like
I
it.
like it, Brian. Clever.
Yeah.
A maverick dentist. And he gave a little, synopsis as well. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right.
Well, anyone can change the letter, but if you tell us a little bit more of how it changes the story, bonus points.
Bonus points.
Might be enough to be like listener of the week, even though I haven't done that for like 4 weeks.
Listener
but
of,
cool.
of the quarter.
Yeah, possibly.
There you go. Paul says the green male instead of the green mile.
Okay.
Let's see. My mom's. This is gross. Instead of Scooby movie, she says Scabby movie. Or is it supposed to be Scary movie?
I
It'd
think
be
Scary movie, yeah.
Because isn't there a Scooby movie, or am I thinking?
There is, but that's changing more than one letter.
Okay. So Scary movie to Scabby movie.
That's
Which
gross.
is just as scary. Let's see here. Richard says Groundhog Dad.
I like it.
Snowman gave a synopsis for that one for Richard and says where dad tells the same joke every day forever.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's a horror movie.
I think that's real life for a couple of people.
I'm not here for that.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Another one from my mom, the Green Mile to the Green Pile.
Okay.
She must have been
That's
cleaning up the
gross.
house around that
Yeah.
time or not feeling very good. She changed The Shining up a little bit, but that's just gross. True Grits from Richard instead of
I
just
like that one.
True
Yes.
True Grits. That's right.
They were made in the South.
No self-respecting Southerner uses instant grits. Take pride in my grits. Let's see here. Paul again says Fat Man Begins,
Okay. Yeah.
which is just my birthday, basically. The day I was born.
There you
Fat
go.
Man
Yep.
Begins. Snowman, The Whining.
Ooh, I like it.
Clever too.
Yes. Very clever.
And that just tells the synopsis in the in the name.
Yeah.
The Whining. All right.
Story about my life. That's all I do.
Another one from Paul, who is a new dad, and I love it. He says Terminator 2, Judgment Dad.
Nice. Okay.
So dad's running through his head a little bit, I imagine.
Probably a little bit.
Mark from New York says Forrest Gimp. And I'm just... It's just like Pulp Fiction in the woods. That's all I can think of,
yeah.
honestly. So we'll move right along. Let's see here. Brian P. says Pop Gun
Okay.
instead of Top Gun. Pop Gun. It'd be a fun movie.
It could be. I guess. Sure.
We got a list from Brando,
Okay.
which thank you, Brando, for putting it on the Facebook because I would have never remembered to look at the messenger. We'll have conversations throughout the week. And he's like, here's my answers. I'm like, dude, just put them on the post. He's like, but
'Cause
it's
you'll
not
forget.
up yet. Give me 10 minutes. So he says,
See, we only get anything done because Brando keeps you in line.
that's right.
Yeah.
Honorary producer. If we had money,
Yeah. Yeah,
he
absolutely.
could do it. So Brando says Harry Potter, but with hair spelled as like hair.
Hair.
Yeah. So Harry Potter.
H-A-I-R. That's a good one.
So
yeah.
just Hagrid then, basically.
Probably.
Let's see here. Sharknado.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, she looked like she did the look up in the corner to imagine it thing, and as soon as she did, she looked down as if don't ever go there again. Imagination.
Nope. Brain, come on.
There you go. Good one, Brando. So he says last but not least, but I'm saving the first one he wrote for the last. He says Starwort.
Gross.
It is gross.
Yeah.
About Lady in the Cramp. Oh man, isn't that great?
That was a really good one.
Very good.
That's awful.
Very good. Let's see here. Todd says Top Gum Maverick. Tom Cruise chewing gum for 2.5 hours.
Oh my gosh, no.
I love that
especially with his attitude in that movie.
Oh my
And
God.
just the obnoxious
I'm gonna
chewing.
take a shower.
You know it would be like that too. Like just ugh.
So if you didn't catch last week's review, Naomi watched Top Gun for the first time
Yeah.
and liked it, right?
Yes.
And then there's the infamous volleyball scene. And I was talking to a friend today telling him that you reviewed Top Gun, and he's like, oh, great. And then I said the volleyball scene was fun to talk about with the jeans and the sand and then just sweaty, putting the clothes on. And
Yeah, I'm
going
gonna
to a
put my
date's house.
normal clothes back on and I'm dripping sweat.
And really strange, but my mom texted me around the same time. She must have just heard the show and was like, in the 70s, she's like, just to be clear, like random ass people didn't show up at your house asking to shower. That wasn't, because I said maybe back in the day it was a thing, but I meant like friends. Like, hey, my house is broken. Let me use your shower. But she,
That's
still
still weird.
It
you
is
can
just
only
weird.
ask like your bestest friend ever.
Yeah.
Be like, hey,
Your close
my shower's
friends and
not
family.
working.
That's a
Can I
thing.
use yours? Okay, I'll be over there later to do so. Not like, hey, I just got all sweaty and disgusting, and I put on my clothes afterwards, so now they're soaking wet too, and I'm going to just hop in your shower, even though this is supposed to be a date, and I've never seen your house before.
So that's the backstory.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Not that it was needed.
so two Top Guns with Top Gum Maverick. I love that. Where were we?
I like that it went two different ways, like Top Gum as a dentist, and
then-
Top Gum as chewing gum.
chewing gum in the sand with jeans on.
Gross.
I hope in the prequel nobody ruined this either. The sequel. We haven't seen Top Gun Maverick yet, but I hope that, and don't ruin this for us if one way or the other. I hope that they recreate that scene because I know they did, but I hope he's still wearing jeans in the sand. Like you have
I hope
to.
they show him going back to his own home to take a shower.
They can't. That has to have occurred to somebody along the way.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Oh wait, get the jeans out. You're playing volleyball. It'll blow everybody's mind.
That's
man.
right.
All right, where were we? Relika says The Sexorcist,
Oh, wow.
and she said, "Well, somebody probably has that one."
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
They probably
They
do.
used to keep him in that weird room behind the curtain in the video store.
That's right. Yeah.
Let's see. Snowman says Harry Potter with the hair.
Nice.
I like that. Let's see. Top Nun.
Okay.
That's
It
called
works.
Sister Act.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in the Habit. Womb Raider. That's just weird.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I have
Oh,
a terrible
my
mind, so I went
gosh.
wrong places with that
Yes.
one. Planet of the Axes.
Okay.
It's weird.
Still not visiting there.
Hatchets running around, I suppose. You maniacs! You chopped it all down! Sorry, I had to. Planet of the Apes. I'll explain later.
Okay, yeah, because I have that was way over my head.
Or we watch Planet of the Apes soon.
I guess. Add it to the list.
The sigh. God damn it. What else we got? Just a couple more
Let's
left.
have our movies. You know, Luke's like, oh, have you seen this? We should try watching this. And it's,
All right.
all right, add it to the
I guess
list.
we can talk about it.
Maybe. Is it funny? You know?
That's what
Am I
tonight's
gonna
movie.
like it?
Tonight's movie that we're reviewing, Encino Man, is Naomi's really in the mood for a funny one.
I needed something funny.
But the thing is there's not a lot of comedies that you haven't seen.
I know.
So that gets tough. But anyway, we digress. Let's see what else we got here. Ghost Dusters.
I love it.
Wouldn't you like that, Mom, if your mom was hanging around in ghost form cleaning the house for you?
Yeah, you know?
I
I
mean,
guess
hey,
I'd be okay.
if you're
I'm
going to
still
hang
weirded
around,
out about that stuff.
the
But
pledge
I
is over
mean,
there.
Yeah. But if you are going to help,
they keep it in the same place, I imagine, too. If my mom and grandma probably pledges. You know where the pledge is, Ma. Just get after it. Ghost Dusters. Relika says Top Gun 2. Everybody
wow.
went straight to that.
Yeah.
And she'll passed away instead of castaway. So I don't know how to the synopsis of that one.
I'm kind of curious. And also hungry.
That it does a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want some sketty. All right, and my mom says "Scumdog Millionaire," which is just insert joke here.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll leave that one right there. Nice work, everyone.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
This was
some
a fun
really
one.
great ones.
Absolutely fun one.
Feel bad that I didn't do my homework, but also didn't need to because everybody else picked up the slack.
That's right. Exactly.
Look at us, A+ for the group project.
I didn't either. I did nothing.
Yeah.
I'm looking
We're
around
terrible.
the room. Don't we have a stack of movies around here? I'll just wing it. But no, well done, everybody. We'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, don't ruin it.
Yes, we don't want to bring it down and
Yeah.
or one up everybody either.
That's not happening.
Well, definitely not now. So, cool. Next week's homework. We have one.
We do.
Get the hell out of here.
We
right?
are prepared.
No damn way. Starting
Yeah.
a streak. 2.
Got to start somewhere.
So both of our birthdays are coming up.
That's right.
Naomi's right at the end of March. Mine's right at the beginning of April.
Party hardy.
Yes, we never really get gifts for each other for our birthday. Occasionally a little thing here and there.
Yeah.
But we'll do a dinner or an experience, stuff like that. But what is the worst thing that I could give you for your birthday?
Oh gosh. A lot of things, I guess.
A copy of Hocus Pocus 2?
Yeah, I would not be happy with that.
So
I'd be like, don't you even listen to the show that we do together? I don't want that.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that is the homework for next week. Not the worst thing that I could give Naomi for her birthday. The worst thing that you could
That
give.
would be funny.
The worst thing you could give your significant other for their birthday. Bonus
Yes.
points if you answer, if you ask your significant other and answer for them, you can, say, hey, my husband or my wife said this or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what is the worst thing you can give your significant other for their birthday?
Also, if there's a story behind it,
Oh,
like
please.
if the worst thing you could give your significant other is water park tickets because you did that for one of their birthdays and they had a horrible time.
Yes.
More details equals more bonus points.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And a chance to win listener of the week if I decide to give it out.
Or, you can just come up with weird stuff and just give us answers too, because, we're apparently
stories.
not that tight with the rules around here with some of the answers we got from this week. So I do like the stories too. Come with those because, like Naomi said, bonus points galore.
That's right.
And
Those
maybe-
are valuable.
And maybe a return of listener of the week.
I've given out like 5 of them in the 50, well, not the 50
Let's see,
episodes, the 38.
Yep.
And then probably
I
giving
have it
away
written down.
5. Yeah.
I think we have. Brando, how many? Pull up the record.
He's got a tally going too. He knows who I gave it to and everything. He's got
betcha.
all the details.
I bet Ralph would.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's been waiting to try. He had a whole issue. He sent us a message and told us he had a whole issue with listening and all that stuff. But I'm pretty sure everybody's back up and running now. But
I hope so.
So yeah, what is the worst thing you can give your significant other for their birthday? Let's have some fun with this one.
Yes.
This should be pretty good, I think. And would love to hear the stories, of course.
And you're going to put it up on Facebook
Yes.
in a timely manner
I do my best.
so people have time to answer the question.
I've been doing all right
Okay.
the last 2.
Brando,
I'm
you might
telling
have to send him a message.
I think I have a streak of 2.
Okay.
Yes.
Make it 3.
This one was almost 7 days ago, so almost right away.
Yeah. Look at you go.
All right, so that's it for the nonsense.
Yeah.
Let's get to more nonsense. It is now time for Naomi's Under a Rock review.
That's
I
right.
love pretending that I heard that. It's
Yeah.
so much fun, but it's there.
It's there.
Anyway, Naomi's Under a Rock review this week is just get ready to go off the rails a bunch, gang, because it is the 1992 classic Encino Man, as
Yeah.
you already know. We're talking...
I mean, it's a goofy movie to begin with, so...
We're talking Pauly Shore. We're talking
Yes.
Brendan Fraser, Sean Austin in a really weird... I can never remember how to say his name, so it always throws me off. Sean Austin. Samwise Gamgee of The Shire. Bob from Stranger Things, if you're into the newer stuff.
Or
Rudy.
Dave from Encino Man.
He's Rudy.
Dave.
He's yes, and he's Dave from Encino Man.
Yeah.
So, crazy, ridiculous cast with this one. I had a lot of fun watching Naomi watch this for the first time.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen it in a long time, like all the way through either. So it was a lot of fun to watch Encino Man with you for the first time. So take it away.
All right. So first note, Stony Pauly
Pauly
Shore.
Shore.
Is he called Stony because he's a stoner? Because he talks like a crazy person.
Yeah, I don't know if he was supposed to be a stoner at the time or just a Pauly Shore weirdo.
Yeah.
Maybe the character was written to be a stoner and they got Pauly Shore instead.
And they're like, this works.
I guess. Should we just
I know
call him Wacky?
The first time that Dave's dad calls him Stanley, I go, oh my gosh, his name is Stanley.
I love when they would do that in movies. Like, it's a character. You don't have to give him like that and go that far, but then you have like the button-down parent who's like your real name, no matter how much.
Yes, absolutely. Like, they're not going to call you Stony. It's just not going to happen.
Buddy.
Stanley. This,
we're not getting through this without some of those.
No. Now, I have seen, Son-in-Law, so I know
Pauly
Pauly Shore. Absolutely. But, man, that doesn't help when you're watching this movie.
I gotta. If you have not seen Encino Man, do not listen to the rest of this.
Oh gosh, no!
It's
watch it first.
It's on Amazon Prime. You can get it there. You can rent it for like $3.
Yeah.
Watch it first, and then come right back to the podcast. We'll wait for you.
That's right.
Virtually, which
That's
means
right.
we won't. But go watch it right now.
Pause it. Yeah.
Pause it here. Go watch Encino Man, and then come back and listen to the review of Naomi watching it for her first time, because you're really missing out if you don't remember Encino Man or have never seen it.
If you haven't seen it in a while, too, you should pause it anyways and go watch it, and then, relive this moment with me, because it was a trip. It really was. Okay, so we're figuring out Stony, because it's
that's
Pauly
what you
Shore,
do in the beginning of this movie.
All right, so, opening scenes, all that kind of stuff. Encino High School, so I guess I can guess where the name of the movie is going to be coming from. Encino Man, Encino High School.
Yep.
It's all starting to make sense.
Yep.
My next note says, this is so goofy. They're talking about cavemen in school. Then, of course, Dave is digging a pool in his backyard, and now there's a frozen ice man, because that's how that's going to work.
Yep.
They're in California, for crying out loud. If this was set in, like, Canada, maybe a tiny bit more believable.
So just to back up the most ridiculous movie ever, they had a little bit of an earthquake, which was supposed to make you feel like it dislodged something.
Well, it didn't, because no. But
And then
okay.
Also, this is in and around the area of like the La Brea tar pits, where a lot of fossils and things like that were found. So I think that's what they were trying to get across.
Trapped in ice. Like, come on.
Can't really I got nothing for that.
Can try to
I wanted to throw the
argue
rest
that.
around and why I think they were going. Anyway.
And of course, so they find this Iceman. And Stony is licking the ice around the caveman because...
Why not, buddy? That's not how he does it, but I don't care. It's just so stupid.
It just doesn't matter. Okay, so my next comment on here was Brendan Fraser is just the best.
Isn't he?
Like, he can do no wrong.
One of the reasons that we went with this also was because of his little bit of a resurgence and his comeback and all that stuff. So why not, get to some Brendan Fraser movies you haven't seen?
Look, I've always been a fan of Brendan Fraser. Between Blast from the Past,
Did you didn't he do George of the Jungle or some junk like that? And The Mummy? I don't know if you've ever seen The Mummy.
Yes, I was a big fan of The Mummy. I thought he just was.
Right.
He looked so great in that movie, and I hated when he fell in love with that girl because it was like, come on,
It was
Brendan
like
Fraser.
that, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, he was very entertaining.
He's great. He just is. He does a
And
guest appearance on
Bedazzled,
Scrubs.
of course, was one of my favorites too. Like, I was always a big fan of him.
Yeah.
And then Scrubs.
That
yes.
guest appearance on Scrubs is great.
Yeah, but like he does such a good job considering the circumstances of the movie. Like, hey, guess what? You're a caveman. You've been in ice for like 50,000, 100,000. I forget how long they say that you've been in ice, but it's been forever. So obviously you're going to get unfrozen and have no idea what's going on. And the look on his face when he's looking at everything, you really believe like this guy is like, where
Really?
am I? But doesn't know the words to where am I. And so like
I like
a lot
how you
of,
put that. That's great.
yeah. And so there was a lot of that, like when he's messing with the dog, because the dog puts his paw on his hand, and so he puts his hand on the dog's paw, and it's like they're doing like, patty cake kind of deal. And then the helicopter plane flies over and he just starts screaming. Like, what would you do?
For real.
You know, if you've never seen something flying in the sky like that and all of a sudden something goes over, like, you're going to scream. So it makes sense. And then there's that weird scene with the mailman. He's got a shovel in his hand and he, like, sticks it in the mailman's face.
Yeah.
And the mailman puts the package on the shovel, which is hilarious enough anyways. But then he picks it up, shakes it, and then takes the string off the mail package and throws the rest of the mail, throws the box and everything.
That is so, again, with the facial expressions.
Yes.
And I don't know what this is, but I don't know the words to I don't know what this is.
Yeah, and not only that, but, like, I don't know what the important part of this package is. Oh, string, I'll take that.
Yeah. Compared
to, hey, it's a box that might have something in it that might be more important. And,
Worst porch pirate ever.
That's right. But yeah, so that was really well done and was hilarious. So the movie was really funny. It was. It was stupid.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
goofy, but it really had some moment. Like, there was a few moments that we had to, like, rewind at 30 seconds and just rewatch it because it was so good. And that mail scene was one of them.
Oh yeah,
It was great.
right off the bat, it's great
Yeah.
to get that scene. I mean, as soon as Fraser comes in the movie,
Oh yeah, I'm here for it.
It's all him.
Yeah. So I knew once they showed the caveman the lighter that he was going to be amazed by it because, you know, look, fire, you know, in the palm of your hand, especially after he's busy rubbing sticks together trying to create his own little
trying to
fire.
burn a damn house down.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
He doesn't, which is great.
Of course, you have to have that musical montage of getting the caveman clean. And, like, that was so goofy, too. They show a bar of soap in, like, Dave's hand, and they're both shaking their head, no, like, this isn't gonna work. Then you see him peek under the, like, bathroom cabinet with all the different soaps, and they're all like, yeah, this will work.
Just get it all.
And then it starts with the music, and all, like, it was so goofy. But I guess fitting for the movie.
It's that early 90s, which is basically the late 80s.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
those types. It is one of the holdovers or something like that from the goofy 80s movies.
Speaking of all that, I did not make a single note about their clothes. I don't feel like I need to. It was the early 90s. We know what
man.
awful
It just looked
clothes
normal
they
to
were
me.
wearing. No.
You know. I love
No.
the differences in the fashion that they show in the movie, though, because at the time it was representing the time, and now it's a time capsule.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's so weird.
you have the main character, Sean Austin, who's... That's not his name, is it? Is it Austin? Somebody tell me.
Dave.
Brandon.
Dave in the movie.
So Dave in the movie is wearing just like normal, like a t-shirt and like a button-up open and kind of jeans or
yeah.
you know,
He
khakis
looks
or
kind of
something.
like a dweeb, but,
And-
you know,
But
whatever.
he's basically dressed fairly bland.
normal.
And then you've got Pauly Shore with the freaking bell bottoms and
A fishnet shirt.
Yeah,
like,
all of that.
What?
but then you've got like the hip hop kids and then the skater
Yeah.
kids and stuff like that, and that's not too far off from how a lot of people were dressing at the time, which
It's
is kind of
crazy.
neat.
Yeah.
But is also it was terrible.
Looking back at it, absolutely, it was terrible. All right, so they tell Dave's parents that the caveman is a foreign exchange student. And, of course, that goes over like, oh,
Perfect.
yeah, I told you about it and all that kind of stuff, which, would never happen. But also, it works for a movie cover-up.
It's that great,
That's great.
yuppie parents in the you know 80s and 90s, early
can do
90s
that.
movies.
One of my favorite lines from the movie. Tomorrow I'm taking you someplace really cool. And then Pauly Shore comes in and goes, yeah, Taco Bell. Because they should have done that scene. I was here for that scene. Brendan Fraser as a caveman eating Taco Bell. Like, have him order, too. Like, that would have been hilarious.
Ranch on the side, of course.
That's right.
If you don't know, if you're new to the show, Naomi has an amazing affinity for ranch and offended all of New Mexico one
I
time
did not
by telling them
offend
that
them.
ranch goes on tacos.
And
Whole
how
thing.
many people were actually finally tried it and decided that it really isn't that bad?
7.
Probably, yeah. Okay. So, anyways, back to the movie. So they're gonna take him to school, which that sounds like a great idea. Let's take this caveman to school
You
because
gotta
this is
let
gonna
it
work
right.
out.
It's the most natural thing to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll make us popular.
And that whole thought process. Like, first of all, no, he's not. How would that... People are going to think that he's stupid and that, like, he's just weird because he's different. Because that's what you do in high school.
Yeah.
You know? You're not going to end up cool, you know? Of course, though, you know, he ends up a little bit cool because it's a movie. And that's what's happening.
Because caveman can dance, man.
That's right. And then I go on this long rant, but let's be honest, that is not how it would work. I'm pretty sure everyone would just think he's stupid and weird. Hey, look it, I just said that. But that's okay. For the sake of the movie, he's cool. And also, he took a punch from Robin's boyfriend, so I guess that made him cool, too. Which it did. You know, that kind of,
Sure.
like...
Turn the other cheek.
Yeah, you know, he gets punched in the face, doesn't fall down, and is just like, meh, you know.
Yeah.
What the heck, but didn't fight back. Next scene is the dinner scene.
Oh, yeah, that's great with
The
Pauly
dinner
Shore and
scene
everything.
is the most ridiculous scene in the movie, which we did rewind like 4 different times.
Well, because there's 7 things going on. You're laughing at one thing, but you're not paying attention to the other thing, and there's just so much there. It's just packed full of ridiculous.
You got Stoney's little monologue of the Brady Bunch calling Dave's dad a cruster.
He's like, Mr. M, if you're edged because I'm wheezing on your grind, it's just chill. Because if I had the Brady Bunch thing going on at my pad, I'd grind over there. And then he says,
don't text something.
So don't tax my gig so hard, Cruster.
Yeah. Like, the whole thing was so stupid.
Oh,
and then
teamwork.
the look on his face was just like I'm not being weird. And then you've got Dave's dad going, English, please, Stanley, you know, because that's what a parent would do. So that's funny. And then you've got Brendan Fraser eating mustard, like just squirting it out of the bottle.
He's destroying the table, like one thing at a time.
And then at one point, the camera like goes back to him, and you see food flying in the air, and it's just like, what just happened?
It is a great scene.
And then, of course, he sees the fly, and he's chasing that around, and then he catches it, and then he eats it. Then he proceeds to eat dog food. Again, a lot happening in like 30 seconds.
It's a jam-packed scene. That's all. It's
Yeah.
just wall to wall ridiculous.
All right, so now we've got the class field trip. They go to the museum. Of course, it's caveman stuff, and of course, it's gonna freak out Link, the caveman. Which honestly makes sense, because wouldn't that freak out anybody?
Sure.
You know, like all of a sudden you are in the future and you go visit a place that shows you what your life is like, and I don't know. That makes sense. But of course, you know, they're going to go on a class field trip here, and, you know, more caveman talk and all of that. Got to keep it relevant, I guess. Then you've got, like, the student driving scene, which is just stupid, and the car is on 2 wheels.
Talk about a needless scene.
Yeah.
But still hilarious.
Just goofy. The whole scene. The whole movie, you know?
Yep.
All right, so then they end up at the bar. Everybody's having a good time. Dave and Link end up getting busted and going to jail because they're at a bar.
That's right.
And then he wastes his one phone call to talk to Robin, because this whole time in this movie, Dave is obsessed with Robin and wants to be popular because he wants to be with her and all that, and it's just weird.
It is a very, again, time period heavy with the plot.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that was a huge thing. And I think about it when I was a kid. Like, that was huge in movies and TV all over the place.
Yeah. Where this guy wants to get with this girl, and it's not going to happen, but he's trying anyways.
It's very Karate Kid.
Yeah.
And because that worked.
And again, the whole Iceman thing, this whole caveman situation, he wanted to be popular so he could be with Robin. Again, he wastes his one phone call to talk to Robin and ask her to the prom. What an idiot. Like, really, you're not going to call your mom or dad or somebody to bail you out?
Can't get through a single Under a Rock review without Naomi scolding a main character.
You know, there is a reason for my scolding, because this was stupid
Just
behavior.
absurd.
Yes. Not only that, but, like, this just backfires so bad. So she says no. And he's, like, dumbfounded by the whole thing. And even worse than all of this, she says she wants to go with Link, the caveman. And then asks Dave to ask Link for her. Like, this whole situation is messed up, and man, you guys are definitely teens for thinking this way. You know, first of all, don't waste your one phone call on something so stupid like this. And look at what happened now. Now you've got this girl who, I'm sorry, but that's a real jerk move.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't want to go with you, but will you ask your friend if you'll go with me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on, please. We'll all go together. It'll be fun. It'll be cool. No big deal. Like, gross. You shouldn't like her anymore after that.
For real.
Like, that hurts.
If that movie was made today, that's how that would have played out, too.
Yeah. You know? And then on top of it, Dave gets mad at Link because of the situation. Like, Link doesn't know what's going on. He has no idea.
Best scene, man. I know we said the dinner scene's the best scene, but I don't know.
When he drops him off on the side of the road?
Like,
Here's a skateboard, here's a backpack, and here's a handful of quarters. Get out of here. You gotta go. Where the heck is he gonna go? He doesn't understand.
just absurd. It is very, it is super kid. Like, it's
It
a
is.
dumb kid
Absolutely.
move.
Yeah. And so there's the fight, whatever. Pauly Shore
Oh, yeah.
rides up on his little scooter mobile that he's got going on.
Scootermobile, I like that.
Yeah. Everything is fine, everything's all good. Then you got Robin's boyfriend, who is just trying to figure out what's going on. Why is this kid so cool? All that. Finds the pictures of
of Link in the Ice, right?
Yes. And, is going to go expose the whole situation. So it becomes prom night. They're getting ready for prom, all that. Of course, Dave can't go. He's on probation because he spent some time in jail for being at the bar and all that. But the caveman's going to go, and the caveman's going to go with Robin. And, of course, you've got the jock boyfriend who's going to have his comeuppance, so he's getting on stage going, you don't know who he is. He's a caveman and all this stuff. And nobody cares,
Yeah, I don't
It's
know
just
why,
whatever.
it's great that he thought that people were going to care and then nobody did. It's just awesome.
But
Like,
I
he
feel
kinda
I
thought
feel like
something
that
gonna
was
happen there.
probably I feel like that was probably the most believable part of the movie because nobody would care.
For sure. Wait,
like
he is? Oh, cool.
all right, well, so what?
Now he's even cooler.
It doesn't change anything,
Now let's dance.
And that's right. And then you got to, and I did make a comment out loud about, flash mobs have always been a thing.
Yep.
They started that and have their little dance scene and all of that kind of stuff. Goofy end to the movie where they find his girlfriend, whatever, and they thaw her out and dress her all up in 90s style, whatever, and now they all live happily ever after.
Yep, that's it.
You gotta have the happily ever after.
We'll get him a job at Taco Bell on Monday.
That's fine. Yeah, it'll work out great.
I love it.
So was definitely a goofy movie. Definitely one I needed to watch. I feel that we
got to keep it
done
light
a
every now and
few
then.
serious ones.
We
And I
have.
mean, like, Top Gun isn't like serious or anything, but it was a long week and I was like, I need a laugh. I need a stupid laugh.
Well, we are
and
still.
that is this movie.
We're just 2 reviews out from the Green Mile still. So
Yes.
that that's a heavy
I feel like that one's still affecting me.
one.
Yeah.
We've done some lighter stuff, but not full on. Like Bull Durham is a comedy, but also weird. So
Yeah.
it's not like it was the lightest movie or anything like that. So anyway,
Also, wait, I never mentioned whenever
Ghostbusters though.
Pauly Shore is like, I'm not a rat, I'm not a worm, whatever, I'm a weasel, and does that weird noise. Can I just say that just creeped me out
It
beyond
is
belief?
so creepy.
I do not, and nope, that is not a talent to show off that you have. People do not need to know that.
Cruster.
And all I can think about, 10 times while we were watching this, was the episode of Futurama where they unfreeze Pauly Shore
Oh yeah.
before his, I don't know, some movie premiere
That's
or something. And he talks a little bit about a few things, and it's just like...
It was Pauly Shore. He cameoed in that
just-
episode. So yeah, it's him, and he does his whole. That's his whole Weezin on the grindage and junk like that. Like that's his whole thing. If you watch any of his movies, that's how it is.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
Somebody told me we might have to watch Biodome.
Well, I feel like I have to watch
next.
it after that, only because, again, that's the one that they reference a bunch of times in Futurama.
Oh,
in
that's
that episode.
right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So, Encino Man, one of his one of the first ones to put him up there on the map, I guess.
Yeah.
On the map. I don't know if can you do that, but
Yeah, he was on the
freaking
map.
unleash
Yeah.
Pauly Shore on the world. How
That's
about
right,
that?
yeah.
It's Encino Man helped do that.
What a goofy guy.
All right.
You know?
For real. Oh my God, trust.
I have to admit, like, I like the movie Son-in-Law. I do.
Oh yeah, Son-in-Law is great.
It's a great movie.
It is.
It's better than
you
this
got
movie.
Lane Smith and some like legit actors in there, and not
And
that there
the
wasn't an Encino Man or anything, but
storyline is a little bit better.
yes, it is much more legit. It's a it's a full on movie. Okay, so
Yes.
you're done with your notes at
Yes,
this point.
yes.
And again, if you are new to Luke and Naomi and are under a rock reviews, Naomi's under a rock reviews, I should say. I ask her these same review questions after every movie, just to maybe if we missed anything or
Yeah.
just for fun too. So the number one question is Encino Man. Did you like it?
I did like it. Again, it was a good laugh. It was a goofy movie and all that. I did like it.
It's a good, guilty pleasure type.
Yeah.
Like that. What did you know about Encino Man going in?
Nothing. I thought Encino Man was a serious movie
Really?
until you mentioned over the weekend when I was like, hey, I want to watch something funny. And you mentioned that movie, and I'm like, oh, so it's not. I thought it was like a serious, like,
See?
crime kind of movie.
This is why I ask these questions.
Um,
That's great.
I had no
I
idea.
wonder what you're thinking of.
I have no idea.
That's great. So, okay.
But when you mentioned Pauly Shore, I'm like, no freaking way. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way he did a
It's-
serious
It's
movie.
his Oscar-nominated role.
Yeah, okay.
For real.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so...
And he still is himself, saying, like, grindage and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but just serious.
Yeah.
That'd be terrible. Your thoughts going in, then, based on that you knew
Well,
nothing.
afterwards, I realized, after you had mentioned who's in it and, said it was a funny movie and all that kind of stuff.
I think I gave you, like, a quick synopsis.
Yeah,
right?
so I
was
had
like, they're-
kind of an idea.
I think I said something along the lines of, they're idiot kids, they find a caveman frozen, and
bring him to school.
Bring him to school.
Yeah. Which is basically the sum up of the movie. That's
Right.
exactly what
So
happened.
that's what you knew about it.
Yeah, and that's what I learned, 30 seconds before we started the movie.
All right.
So
What surprised you?
that it was a funny movie.
That it was a comedy?
Yeah, that
That's
was a
just
big
hilarious.
surprise.
See, that's one of the biggest like goofs we've had yet, I think.
I gotta say, the movie was a lot dumber than I expected. I mean, with Brendan Fraser in it and everything, I figured it would be funny, but not as so goofy and over the top. But then with Pauly Shore in it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be kind of out there. So
Okay.
I was really confused. Let's just say that.
So you were surprised about being confused?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's surprising.
I dig
And
it.
confusing.
Would you have liked it more or less if you saw it when you were younger? And let's pick an age for this one.
Okay.
And I like to go in like early teen, preteen range, but let's say 12.
Oh, I'd love this movie. If
Yeah?
I were 12, oh yeah. It would be like the best movie ever. Honestly, I think
That's
like
awesome.
12 to like probably 17 or 18.
Okay.
Then 19, I had to be like, no, I'm too cool for that.
I try to base it on when I think I saw it first or when I at least remember knowing it and all that stuff. But
Okay.
so, okay, great. I love that answer. That's a great answer, too. What was your favorite part of Encino Man?
The dinner scene, all the way. That's so stupid.
Oh, so quit taxing my gig so harsh, Cruster.
That's just like, how do you say that all the way through with a straight face?
That's like his real life.
Yeah, but yes.
It's weird.
But you've got everyone else looking at you like you're insane. Like, I don't get it.
Least favorite part.
Does the storyline count? Because come on, it was really lacking.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
the
hey.
whole popularity thing, like they didn't really know how to make a antagonist
Yeah,
at all. So,
yeah.
yeah. Let's have
So
the
they
weird-
tried that, and then again, like just that whole idea in general, like, hey, they're gonna find a caveman in the ice and bring him to school. Like somebody was drunk or stoned or something and was like, it'd be really funny, and then said
Boom.
that, and then they're like, let's make this into a movie.
All right. Would you recommend Encino Man to someone who hasn't seen it?
If you are over 30, if you're over 35 and have never seen it, don't worry about it. You don't need it.
Okay.
Nah. If you are younger, then yeah, you got to watch it. Yeah.
Okay. Like if you've gotten that far, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Except for if you had to watch it like we just told you to before you listened to the review. Sorry.
Sorry to waste that hour and a half out of your life, but, at least now you know what I'm talking about.
But seriously, if you sat through this review and you haven't seen Encino Man ever or in a long time, like...
I just summed it up pretty good.
Thank you, I guess, too.
It's fine.
Yeah, all of that. All right. Let's see here. Would you watch it again?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't need to.
Would you stop and watch if it's on, like, TV? Remember, like, USA Network, like, Sunday afternoon when you had nothing going on?
Still no.
Still no?
I don't think so.
I love it. Yeah, it's unnecessary. It's
exactly.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm coming up to like the dinner scene or like just something goofy, I may go, okay, I'll watch for 5 minutes just so I can catch that moment. But I mean, if we're at the point where it's like the student driver thing that they do, like, no, I don't need to see the rest of the movie. The rest of it's all stupid.
All right. And finally, are you happy you watched it?
Of course.
Happy you watched Encino Man.
Yeah. Now that I know that it's a comedy, like, that's important.
Oh, well, like our friend Jeff says, the only palate that you have to impress is your own.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you liked it. It's okay that you don't ever want to watch it again.
I don't need to see it again.
And I think it's hilarious
really
that you didn't know Encino Man was a comedy.
Yeah. I really have no idea what movie I could have possibly been thinking, but I thought it was like a serious crime movie.
Pauly Shore. Your Honor, quit wheezing on my juice.
Oh, man.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for doing another movie for the Under a Rock reviews.
Absolutely. This is fun.
Definitely fun. I am enjoying these, and I say it almost every episode now because they're just getting more and more fun now, that I know what questions I'm going to ask. I'm loving your insights into these. The scolding of the main characters is fantastic.
Well, that's just going to happen, I guess they do dumb things, so I got to call them out on it.
It's just great.
Yeah.
So, and plus I get to watch some pretty damn good movies over and over and over again. Maybe not Encino Man.
No, I think I need to go with like a more serious movie already. Like I'm already planning for next weekend going, I don't think I need to laugh next time. So we'll see.
We'll find out. Stay tuned for the next movie we review. Again, like Naomi just said, we really don't know what we're going to watch until sometimes minutes before we watch it. Sometimes we plan days in advance. You are welcome to suggest movies.
Absolutely.
It is a crapshoot on whether she's seen one or not, but there are a lot.
Really
if you haven't figured it out, there are a lot that she hasn't seen. So feel free to suggest some, but don't be sad if I say we've already seen it or she's got it on the list or something like that. I am going to end up eventually, and I hate when I say I'm going to post something because whatever, but I want to put the list that we have, like our working list, up on the Facebook page, Look at Naomi on Air.
Just so people can see kind of what we have in store.
Here's what we've got planned, and then you can add more.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Feel free to throw all the comedies at us, too, because
they
are thin, like we said earlier. That
I have seen a lot of comedies.
Because, that's easy. Comedies are, so like
and
that.
it's nice to like sprinkle those in after watching some serious movies.
Right, you get serious like The Green Mile, and then you want to watch Wayne's World, something like that. So we'll keep it going probably that way. We'll mix in some of the action stuff that she hasn't seen. I cannot find True Lies, by the way, anywhere. It's not available.
I feel like my parents have that on DVD or something.
We got to ask them because
I can ask them to send it.
You need to see some True Lies. That's a thing.
That's like spies and stuff, right?
It's just classic, perfect Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis, young Elijah Dushku, Tom Arnold. It's hard to explain True Lies. You just have to experience it.
That seems like a good one to review if it's going to be hard to explain.
I really have to get your review on True Lies. So hopefully we can do that one sooner rather than later. We got to ask your parents about the DVD situation.
Okay.
So that'll be cool.
Will do.
But that's it. That's it for the Under a Rock review of Encino Man. Well done.
All right, it's time for Thought of the Day.
Thought of the day, thought of the day. It's your thought of the day, thought of the day. Someday we'll explain why we do that to the new people, but it's an old thing.
Today's not the day for that. I was kind of jamming out too. This
All
one,
right. Well, I was trying to go for gravelly, phlegmy crooner there, so I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, you know. All right, ordering fast food through DoorDash or Uber Eats really breaks the whole point of fast food. It's expensive and delayed.
That's very hurtful,
Sorry.
but also true.
Yeah. Well, that's, that's what those thought of the days are for you.
But honestly, that'll just get me going because I don't understand why people do it for real. That's So
All right,
if
Luke,
you do it,
Luke,
think about
Luke, you gonna leave us with a laugh?
it. I'm gonna do my best.
Get the heck out of here.
The 100 greatest dad jokes of all time from Victor Jr. from Brian over in England. Thank you so much, Brian. We're working our way through this. We are a good quarter of the way through.
Oh my goodness, that kind of makes me sad.
Well, I do have to pop over a couple that are just absolutely atrocious. If they're bad for me,
Then they're real bad.
they don't even make sense. What do vegetarian zombies eat?
I don't know.
Grains.
That's stupid. I'm glad you got all into it too.
I had to. Been worried about that the whole show.
Have you in the back of your
Oh,
head
yeah.
going, how am I going to deliver this? How am I going to deliver
I
this?
think I stuck the landing, honestly.
You did. You did a great job. The joke is still stupid.
Ready?
Yeah.
I used to really hate facial hair, but then it grew on me.
It's so dumb. It's not even funny. I hate you. Just, oh my gosh.
Thank you, Brian. Loving the book.
Yeah. Thanks for the book.
Naomi is not, but yes, she is. She's laughing. Look at you over there. Face is red.
I'm thinking
trying
of
to hide
something
it.
else.
Yeah, thinking of something else. Perfect. All right, that's it for episode 38. Thank you so much for spending another hour or so with us. We really appreciate it. We love the love. We love the support. Welcome to the new people that we know we've picked up along the way as well.
Absolutely.
Tell
we
your friends.
appreciate it.
Luke and Naomi on air everywhere: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, eventually, and all over. I mean, there's some episodes up there.
Yeah.
It's the damn Universal Yums tripped me up. That's what it
Spotify.
was. Yes, Spotify,
Amazon something.
Amazon, wherever you get your podcast. If you can get a podcast there, chances are
You can get a podcast.
we're
from
there.
us.
If
Yeah.
we're not, let me know and I'll get it up there. But yeah, thank you so much. Looking forward to episode 39 next week. Stay tuned. Find out what movie we do.
Yeah.
Until then, have some fun this week. Be excellent to each other.
Love you. Bye.